I'm Linda Cote. I'm a printmaker showing at Bluerock Gallery, and I love being in this gallery because it's such an inspiring place to be. I do paintings in acrylic and watercolor. I've done wood carving. I've done a lot of different things, but I kind of fell into printmaking, and I think in some ways that's the gift, it came to me. I didn't really seek it out. I love it, and the deeper I get in, the more the possibilities open up, which is really an exciting part of it too. One of the challenges that I think printmakers face is that people don't really understand the medium so much because it's not mainstream. The medium that I've chosen is one that is very much process driven. When you create using block prints, you actually start with a medium that is carved backwards and in the negative. If you think of a stamp, it's always, the stamp itself is backwards. So I use that same process. I actually create my artwork in the reverse and then transfer it to a block, carve it in the reverse. And when I come to print it, that's when it turns the right way around. And that's what I love about it. It's magical. I don't even know what I get until the very end, and I pull that first print and see what I've created. A hand printed, multiple original, really. Every piece is printed by hand. Every card is printed by hand. Oftentimes I'll do what they call a reduction print. So that's something where you take one block and each layer is carved away a little more, and that color is printed. So by the end you end up with a small little piece of the block that's the final color. And it's a process that's really kind of complicated to put together, but it's a lot of upfront work to think about. So I think my left brain loves that part of it. And then once I start to create it, it's like a challenge really to see where I can take it. It's something that's really been boiled down to an essence of lines. And when I think about, I see this rich landscape or I see a bird in a tree, and how would I capture that using a few lines to articulate texture and shading, but it's in a very bold way. A lot of my work is black and white, and I love the sort of graphic design of that. But I'm moving more into color and doing prints that have multiple colors to them. So integrating blues and grays and greens. And I think that's really inspired by the mountain environment because there are so many contrasty colors out there. If I'm ever feeling like I'm stuck, I just go for a walk, and within 10 minutes I've got an idea for another print. The animals and the birds that make up this particular area. I love corvids, crows, ravens, magpies are a lot of my favorites. To me, they're cheeky, they're intelligent, they're funny. So I try and capture that bit of a laugh when I'm doing the artwork. I did a print of my son who was sitting on the edge of a river. He had a stick in the water. And to me, it was kind of like one of those childhood moments. I've had people come up to me at shows and say, "Oh my God, that touches me. I used to take my son out fishing." Or I had one mom who came up with a little boy who was probably 3 or 4, and he pointed to the picture and goes, "That's me, Mommy, that's me, that's me, that's me." There are those sort of moments that are kind of every kid. If I can make someone smile, to me that's the greatest compliment, definitely. One of the probably biggest challenges for artists is to really be able to put yourself out in the world. And it took me a long time, I think, to get up the courage to actually show my work. It really has been an interesting journey to try and promote myself as an artist. Then once you do that, it gets easier to create works and know that you're going to let them go and let them go to other people who love them. You have something to offer the world. And as a mom, my kids are seeing someone who's making a life out of creativity. And I think that's my gift to them, is that you can live a creative life and have a fabulous life by doing that. It's a possibility to be a professional artist, and that's a pretty cool thing.